Hi, and welcome back to my channel, and I want to welcome you to day 6 of our 12 days of Christmas. So today I'm going to be talking about how to decide whose family to visit for the holidays. And I found this article by Patrick Allen, and I thought, you know what, this is so fitting, because if you're dating someone or married to someone, or I'm just going to say in a relationship period, and your family, let's say, lives where you live, but your spouse's family or your significant other family live someplace else, that can be a difficult thing to decide, who do we spend the holidays with. So the holidays are approaching, and the longer you and your significant other wait to plan, the harder it'll be. You should have started this actually back during the summer. Deciding which family to visit for the holidays can be a tug of war, but here's some tips to help you decide and make the holidays a little less stressful. So the important things you should be that you both should consider: that you may not always get along with your families in every way, but we love them and we want them to, and we want to see them during the holidays, right? So there's only so many special days in the year, and there's a lot of family for us to see. This can lead to couples butting heads about where they should go, and I've actually seen this happen. The holidays bring stress to all of us in a lot of different ways, but it's important to keep the things in perspective. This is a good problem to have, right? So how to manage holiday and family stress with mindfulness. The fact that you even have this problem means that you have someone to visit, because some people don't have anybody to visit. Still, it's tough to navigate, and it can add tension to a happy time of the year. So to keep things from getting crazy, here are some important factors that you and your partner should consider. Family dynamics. Are you and your partner's parents together? Do they I'm sorry, I should say, are your parents and your partner's parents still together? Do they live in different cities? Would someone be would someone be especially hurt if you didn't make it? Is there someone in the family that you or your partner do not get along with very well? Because sometimes that happens. Maybe there's someone who's getting older that you want to spend quality time with while you can. Take some time to really go over each side of your family, and determine what's feasible and comfortable for the both of you. Okay. Budget. What can you afford to do? If one side of the family is on the other end of the country, that's a much bigger financial commitment than, say, driving an hour down the road. Seeing family is important, but you don't want to break the bank just to spend a couple of days with them, especially when you can do it for much less at another time during the year. Okay. Time. How much time do you or your partner get away from work? Is it even possible to see both sides of the family? Because it may not be. Fairness. Do you see one side of the family way more than the other? And sometimes in families that does happen on a regular basis. If so, the holidays might be a good time to make up for some lost time. Remember, you're both in this together, and the best outcome is one that appeases both of you one way or the other. This feels like a big decision because so much pressure is put on us during the holidays, but it's not the end of the world if you can't make it to all sides of the family. It really is not. The world as you know it is not going to end, people. What's important is that you and your partner come to an agreement without resenting each other. That is what's important. Don't commit to anything right away. Chances are you'll get calls from all sides of your family asking what your plan is. But giving a flat yes or no will likely get you into trouble, so don't do that. Either you'll aggravate your partner for not checking with them, or you'll disappoint your relatives when you end up changing your plans. Sharon Naylor at Wedding Blog Bridal Guide recommends holding off on any definitive commitments. If parents start calling you now to ask if you'll be at Christmas or other holiday events, don't give an immediate answer. Use the short, small tactic. I have to talk with whatever your spouse's or significant other's name is, so we can make a plan that works best for everyone. It's okay not to say yes to the first family that calls, and tell the second family who doesn't start planning Christmas in November that they missed the boat. That sets up a competition that stresses out your parents, hurts their ability to blend in with the other side of the family, even if they see them as trying to steal you for the holidays, and it sets a precedent that's really hard to break. Be diplomatic about holiday inquiries, and nicely explain that you and your significant other haven't decided yet. In fact, you may be better off keeping things loosey-goosey until the holiday is much closer. Yes, it's polite to let your host know as soon as possible, but it's much worse to make them prepare for your arrival and then you have to cancel. Talk to both sides of the family. Sometimes all the stress that comes from this decision is created in your head. It's possible that both sides of the family are indifferent about where you actually end up as long as they get to see you at some point in time. Ask them how they feel about the holiday in question. Which holiday is the most important to you or your partner's parents? Maybe they have plans of their own and you're not included. Or maybe grandma actually hates hosting Christmas every year. Take the time to speak with each other, each side of the family, and really get a feel for what their perspective is. Let me put a pin right here. Guess what? If you don't know or you're having trouble deciding should you go here or there, why don't you call everybody together, conference call will do, Zoom is perfect, and say, you know what? We've decided we're going to get away for the holiday. And let's all meet wherever. That way you're not going to A or to B. Everybody's coming to C. I'm just throwing that out there. You may not hear what you expected, but no matter what, there will be a little less stress because everyone will be on the same page. Communicate what's important and pick your battles. Y'all have to pick and choose your battles. Everyone attaches certain feelings and memories with different holidays, but not all of them are necessarily your favorite. Maybe seeing fireworks with your mom and dad is your favorite holiday tradition, right? Or maybe you hate Thanksgiving at home because your siblings drive you nuts. Writer Sarah Gold at the Examiner suggests picking your battles wisely. You've got to do that. Decide which holidays are more important to you. Is Christmas your favorite day of the year, or do you prefer Thanksgiving? Does your grandmother come up from Florida for her once-a-year visit to spend Christmas with you? When you've taken the time to prioritize your holidays, it's easier to split up your time. Once you've decided which holiday is important to you, find out which delays are most important to your spouse. Divide accordingly. For example, agree to spend Thanksgiving with his family if he'll promise that he'll go to your parents' house for Christmas. That's the best way to do it. Okay, if that works, I'm sorry. If I done lost my train of thought. Good grief. So here's the deal: you can't have it all your way. It can't be, oh honey, let's go to my parents for Thanksgiving or Christmas. No, go to one for one and go to the other for the other. Guess what? Problem solved. Or take my advice, meet it at sea. That way everybody can come to one place and get together, both sides of the family. Be open about what holidays you like and what specific traditions are the most important to you. There's still a good chance that you'll both like the same holidays, but it's important to communicate how you feel so you can decide how to split them or trade them off. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out perfectly so no one has to miss their favorite family tradition. If not, you at least know what aspects of the holiday are important to your partner so you can make it more comfortable and welcoming for them, because that's really what it's all about. Celebrate the holiday another time. I know people that do this. So there never seems to be enough time when you're visiting family, but a little is better than none. If both families are close enough together, consider splitting the day in half. Take the morning and midday to be with one side, then make your way to the other family for the afternoon and evening. For food-oriented holidays like Thanksgiving, this can be hard to do, but everyone will be happy to see you, even if it's just for a little while. You don't have to eat a full course meal, just eat a little bit. Nibble here and there, and then you can go to the other place and do the same thing. You can also use time to your advantage by deciding with your family when the holiday will actually take place. Spend one day with one family and then pick another to celebrate with the other family. Who says you can't have two Thanksgivings? Most of the time, nobody will care if it's not on the actual holiday, if it means they get to see you. If they do, switch out who gets the real holiday every year. And sometimes, you know what, it may be that you spend a holiday with your family, and he spends it with his. Let's say you do it for Thanksgiving, or you do it for Christmas, and then get together for the other one. You just have to figure out how to make that work. Give your relationship the tie-breaking vote, okay? If you and your partner can't see eye to eye, something has to break the tie, right? Holidays are supposed to be a happy time, but clashing with your significant other is an easy way to turn it all into a negative experience. A negative experience. So the eHarmony staff suggests giving your relationship a third vote. When you two are having trouble making a good and fair decision on an issue like this, keep in mind that there are 3 votes to be considered. 1 for you, one for your partner and one for the relationship. You should each get a chance to make a case for your own position, but then make sure that your relationship also gets a vote, and this vote breaks the tie. By doing this, you'll emphasize the fact that you're on the same team and that your commitment to each other is more important than your individual agendas. This means that you might have to show that your relationship is more important than getting what you want this time. Strong relationships sometimes require sacrifices, so in a soulmate, consider putting the relationship first and taking one for the team. Someone has to give, and hopefully either you or your partner can look beyond beyond their own wants and recognize what will be the best for you as a couple. Host the holidays yourself or go your own way. If the pressure to decide is too much, change up the whole equation instead. Host the holidays at your own place if you have the room, and announce that everyone who wants to come is welcome. That's the perfect way to do it. Hosting can mean a completely different kind of stress, but if you can get out of the mess of trying to decide where you're going, who you're staying with, whether you can make it to both, and so on, you may even be able to bring both sides of the family together for once and start a great new tradition that involves everyone. If you can't decide and hosting isn't your bag, ditch the family, do your own thing. Spend the money that was going to go toward travel and head somewhere exciting that you both have been dying to visit. Or maybe just stay put at home and start creating your own traditions together. It's possible you'll be starting a family with your partner, so get the ball rolling on memories and traditions your future family will grow up with. Just tell your families that you need some time to yourselves and that you'll visit them soon when the holiday hustle and bustle has disappeared. And here's your takeaway. Don't let this kind of decision become a fight. Please don't do that. In the end, it's about doing the best that you can to make everybody happy, including yourself. Be honest and open with your partner so they can do the same with you, and hopefully you'll find the best way to solve this classic dilemma together. Let me tell you, holiday stress is something else, especially when you have to figure out who you're going to go spend the holidays with. But what I don't want is for you all to be breaking up over this, because it's not that deep. Well, it is deep, but it's not quite that deep that you want to worry about breaking up. Because you can't decide where you want to go. And if you're that person that you always want to have holidays with your family, you're going to have to give a little. You can't have it your way all the time. So if you spend one holiday with one family, spend the other one with the other. Or decide, hey, we're going to go travel. We're going to go to the Bahamas for Thanksgiving and or Christmas. Let's all meet there. Or start a new tradition. Everybody come to my house. If you're able to make it, come on to